Hi everyone. I haven't done a video in a while. I did a couple of sketch card videos. I've been kind of drifting a little bit since I did Inktober. I've been doing a lot of art still. I've been experimenting with markers, and this is a little bit of gouache and these watercolor pencils that I have. This is marker. I've come upon, perhaps by accident, a couple of kind of cool techniques. For one, I think I'm getting better with the nib pen, maybe a little bit. I'm having fewer obvious mistakes. Like this was done with nib pen, and it's going to be a marker piece eventually, but I have to save it because I'm in marker class. And they like to go a little slow. First, you're going to submit your uncolored art, and then you're going to color it. So they want to see the uncolored art first. I left this line, this cloud line, in pencil because I'm going to do it without a holding line. And this is the other piece that I did. So I'm going to do both of these in marker eventually. Using the same techniques, and also a slightly new technique. The magic in magic markers comes from layering. This actually started out, I kind of was doing things in colored pencil, and I'm like, it just isn't vibrant enough. And then I got in with magic marker and layered it in, and I don't think I got the copper. I wanted to get like a verdigris copper or verdigris old bronze look, and of course I don't think I got that, but I got an interesting color and it was cool. And wow, it works great with colored pencil. Like you can start out with colored pencil, as long as you don't go crazy, go nuts, you can really get in and get some good layering. This is just marker, but it is completely layered, and I used the color generator at coolors.com to come up with, I think, 3 or 4 colors. I think I ended up with 5 when I added this brown color. But it's almost completely all layered, so the only pure color I think you're seeing is this blue in the sword. Everything else is layered, maybe this gold here, this yellowish color. But I layered blue over the yellow to kind of get this brass kind of look to it. And I left the holding lines out of the middle highlight just so I could try and do them with just pure white. Anyways, pretty cool. So we're gonna do something else. We're gonna do another piece. I want to do it more with more like this one. What if we could do something like that too? And I did have some bleed through, but that's okay. It's fine. So the idea here is a wraith or a specter coming out of like a grave or something. One of the reasons I haven't done as much videos is I'm taking more time as I'm drawing, and that could be a problem, I think. It could make the video too long. So I guess the answer is, of course, to either make multiple videos showing a step-by-step, or condense it somehow with an edit and maybe just do like a voiceover, which I'm still thinking of doing. Or something else. An edit sounds probably like a good idea. Okay. Let me throw her shoulders back a little bit further. Maybe we can put her chin up. She's coming out of the... She's going to be coming out of the grave somehow. It's hard to draw an attractive woman for me. I'm not saying it's impossible. But man, it's hard for me to do. And I also have to admit that doing it in color is going to be a challenge. But I want to do this. I've been doing lots and lots of stuff in color, and I've really been enjoying it. There's a couple of pieces in monochrome. But in order to learn color, you have to do color. How would your thumb would be down, right? I'm looking at my hand to see how I would hold a sword. Something like that. Thinking about the colors here, I want to go with like kind of a peach and a green and an eerie blue color, but like kind of a glow. Here's our open grave. Maybe she's got like a veil. Okay. Well, we're only 8 minutes in and we've got a basic pencil drawing, so we're going to start with that. I've got some black ink, and I have a nib pen around here somewhere. There it is. One thing I did get comfortable with doing during Inktober was inking with a nib pen. I got started out very clumsy with it, and I'm feeling like I'm a little bit more able to do it. And we still might screw it up. So just so you know. Oh, let's have a bit of light here. How about that? Woo. All right. Be nice if the ink stuck on here. Might be close to the end of life for this nib. And I realize these are slower videos. I'm moving slower than I used to. And it's all about trying to get a little bit more control over the instruments. When you're kind of rushing, can make lots of mistakes, like putting your finger in the ink, or using too much ink on the nib and then it blobs all out and messes things up. But you know what I say, when you're doing a drawing, and like if even 10% of it comes out good, that just means you've got to figure out the skills to make it be good for the rest of the 100%, right? You've got to figure out, well, if you did 10% right, that means you have the potential to have done the whole thing right, except you only did 10% right, right? So you got to somehow compensate. I'm going to move this ink a little bit further away. There we go. It's a hard angle. All right, let's see. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yes, if you did 10% right, why not do that 10% over and over and over again 10 times, right? So you have 100% at some point. Of course, that's not how it is. You always lose focus, or just attention to detail or something just falters. And suddenly, you know, you've got a mistake. And everyone makes mistakes, of course, but, you know, wouldn't you rather your art reflect, you know, what you can do, even if it's bad, like even if your art is just substandard, which I'm sure mine is. I mean, I'm not unrealistic about where my talents are at all. But at least it wouldn't have, like, you know, an ink blot on it or something. Where you could have just as easily not had the ink blot had you been paying better attention, you know? And that is the case for maybe taking your time. All that said, I'm also known as a guy who goes pretty fast. If I have one superpower in art, it's the ability to get stuff done pretty fast. And also, I don't stress about it too much. If it's not perfect, or if it's not, you know, super highly rendered. The way I see it is, it's not the comics artist's job to create super highly rendered or photorealistic art or anything like that. It's merely storytelling. and that means enough art to tell the story, and to be visually interesting, but you're not trying to make the reader linger on every panel. You're trying to get the reader through the story. And the emphasis really is on readers. It's not on, you know, collectors. It's not on, you know, somebody who really just needs to see that you put the, you know, all the right muscles in the right places or whatever like that. I mean, you want it to look right. But you shouldn't have to worry too much about it. All right, I'm gonna... not stress too much about these eyes. Okay. Oh, Lord. When you're going against the pen grain with this, you run the risk of it bending and then snapping back and spraying ink. But over here, I actually don't mind because it's the, this is supposed to be her ethereal grave gown. So if we did something noisy or messy here, I think I would play it off as part of the piece. If you want to avoid this when you're really kind of going for it, one thing I recommend is turning your book around so that you're always drawing down towards you, or at least drawing to the side. Do the shape first. The overall shape of the hair is well, I've got a little break in the line so I can put a strand of hair. There we go. There we go. All right. How about... Alright, we're entering a danger zone. I want to do the side of the thing, but I'm going to put my hand right in the ink, so I'm going to be real careful to not do that. This week's assignment in marker class is hair. We're going to be rendering hair, which is why I did this one. I thought I'd do the werewolf and the lady with the hair over here, because otherwise, you know, how much hair are you going to get done? I mean, I guess you could do these gigantic portraits. I find it really hard to make portraits if there isn't a lot going on. I want to draw the figure, I want to draw action or something. I could probably focus on emotion. I think that's something that might be good for me to draw. And I like to draw, you know, what are interesting subjects to me. All right, we're going to draw this like it's see-through, sort of. So very thinly drawing these lines. Alright. Let's turn it to the side a little bit. Just so we can avoid trouble. I don't want any trouble. That's what you say when you're in a Wild West movie and the bad guys show up, but you aren't the hero. We don't want any trouble here in town, mister. I want her to be wearing like a veil over this, but I'm not sure how to ink it yet, so I'm going to leave it out for right now. There we go. But her hair is coming out pretty good. I'm slightly worried about how to do the veil. I may not do the veil. If we were to do the veil, maybe we just do like a translucent line over here, and then we kind of maybe I could just do like a glow, some kind of magic marker glow. She comes in. All right. You don't have to do a lot of hatching if you're going to magic marker, because your markers and your colors are going to be handling a lot of the shading, including stuff like under the nose here. And you know, to bring back the three-dimensionality. Of your figure and your forms. But in this case, I'm going to do a little tiny bit of hatching here. I'm going to try and do some stippling. Stippling is cool. It just it gives it a nice liquidy texture for some reason. Some of you are probably looking at this and thinking, I could do better than that guy. And that's good. If you can do better than me, I'll just tell you right now, awesome, and you should be doing better than me. And if you can't, that's cool too. Follow me on this journey. Get your art supplies out. I will support you. If you follow me and you're an artist, I will probably follow you. With very few exceptions. There are certain artists that I don't follow back, and I'll tell you why. So I think they're following me because they just want to keep an eye on me, like they're not nice. Oh man, I don't know why I feel like that. It's just certain people. Certain people. I don't know why. But for most people, if you follow me and I see you have art on your Instagram page, or your YouTube channel, and if you're basically nice, I'm into it. And people who aren't nice, you can tell. They reveal themselves in a million different ways. Thinking about going to see Frankenstein today. It wasn't at my local theater, but it is at the Alamo Draft House, which is on the other side of town. So I think that's where I'm gonna go. Okay, now how do we make this look like she really is translucent and undead? Maybe I could make some headstones or something in the background. But I'm not going to do that because it would require probably some more planning, and maybe I should study how other people do it. But we are going to put some ground here. And I know we're approaching 30 minutes, so we're going to end this video here, and I'm going to do the coloring on a separate video so that you can see both. And not just hear me ramble, which is what I do. And we'll let this dry and give some time to dry, and then do some erasing, and it's going to be good. Okay. Let's leave it at that for right now. And I will see you in the next video.